What is going on, YouTube? PPS back here for our YouTube plays of the day for 4/14. It is windy as hell outside here in Wisconsin. We had a 4-mile run this morning. I don't know if you can tell, I'm pretty sweaty. Just got in, and we're ready to cash in some tickets. Coming off the sweep yesterday on the show here. Very happy to get that in. Dodgers sweat-free. 3 runs, I believe, in the first 2 innings, which kind of got scary because it didn't score till about the 8th again. And Eovaldi with a strikeout of the side to go over. And he went over 100 pitches. I did not expect that. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. He was able to get in on the Tigers there. I did miss Javi Baez in that lineup. I think he would have probably struck out 2 times against a heavy velo guy like that. But yes, very, very excited for those. Now I'll recap past the prop on the next past the prop there. But as of right now, 8-6 overall on our plays here on YouTube for plays of the day. 2.7 units profit. Again, 3 of those losses were plus money plays that we had. And yeah, I really like the spots that we have today, and I think we're gonna get some money here. First one we're gonna start off with is the Rockies' first 5 money line here. Justin Steele taking the mound for the Chicago Cubs versus the Rockies here, who obviously it is well known. These guys are absolutely amazing at home. They're absolutely terrible on the road. Just to put in perspective how good they were last year at home versus the road was 45, 23, and 13 first 5 money line for them at home. 19, 49, and 12 on the road. That is an unbelievable difference for a team that's just pretty much switching from home to road. Obviously, Coors Field is the biggest home field advantage in the MLB, in my opinion, as you can obviously tell with the numbers there. And I'm going to be heading over there because obviously Justin Steele's never thrown in Coors, and I think that's going to be a really tough spot for him to pitch today. And also, if you look at Kyle Freeland, he's not been terrible in Colorado in Coors, right? Last year, 59 innings pitched, 4.8 ERA. Nothing too crazy. Like usually when you see guys throwing in Coors, you're seeing like 6s. If we can give up 4.5 as an ERA here, 2 runs through 4 innings, like stuff like that, I'll take that all day in Coors, facing off against a guy here in Justin Steele. I don't think the Cubs are going to be able to perform very well there, obviously. Like I said, you look at the first 5 numbers from last year and their numbers there, that is an unbelievable difference. I'm going to be riding with the Rockies here just to take care of them. Steele's been okay. Nothing really to write home about. He obviously threw a very good first outing of the season. But honestly, a lot of the times when you have a good one, you'll have a bad one at the start here. Last year, he ended up with a 264 batting average against righties, 0.98 batting average against lefties. There are quite a few power right-handed bats in this lineup. CJ Cron, Grichuk, obviously still having Blackman there at the top of the order, even though he's from the left side. I do really like this lineup. I think that they're going to come through here for us. I would not be surprised to see a pretty low scoring. I'm not going to say that it's going to go over the total because the total is like first 5 is like 6. And when we have a first 5 here, money line at -120, I like having the option of the push as well. I just like the Rockies here to come back into Coors Field and take care of business for the first 5 money line. Like I said, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Rockies being 45, 23, and 13. If you were a 100 unit better, you would have won $2,200. If you were a 100 unit better betting them on the road to win their first 5, you would have lost $2,400. That is absolutely unbelievable. But love the Rockies today. Love them to take care of business versus the Cubs, and a guy who really doesn't make many people swing and miss, right? His whiff rate is not very high. And as a starter, if you look at his numbers as a starter are much worse than he was as a reliever. He started as a reliever last year and only had a 2 ERA through 13 innings. Goes to it being a starter, has a 5 ERA. So going to be starting this game, obviously, like that. Middle relief for the Cubs is not very good. So I'm going to be rolling right after that one. So Rockies first 5 money line, minus 120. And the reason why he came here to see some props, Kevin Gausman over 5.5 strikeouts today versus the Yankees. I love Kevin Gausman. I've told everybody on here. I drafted him, and I also drafted my guy, Carlos Rodon. Those were my 2 first pitcher choices this year, and I'm very happy that we got those guys when we did. Obviously, first start was not great. 5 strikeouts, though, giving up 8 hits, giving up 3 runs, and he still had 5 strikeouts in the game when he did not have his best stuff. Obviously, he's on the road today. On the road last year, he was absolutely fantastic. 108 innings pitched on the road last season. It had a 2.33 ERA. Obviously, Yankee Stadium's a little bit different, but he's fantastic against both sides of the plate. That splitter is still unbelievable. It's going to be a very big pitch tonight versus a lot of left-handed power, right? You got Gallo, you got Rizzo. You're going to need that pitch that goes away from a left-handed bat, and that's going to be that splitter. Very, very hard to hit. Looking at his numbers here, he is 80th percentile in whiff rate, 98th percentile in chase rate. That is crazy. That is top 2% in the MLB, right? Last year, he only had a 40% hard hit rate. That's pretty good, actually. It sounds pretty high, but that's obviously on only balls in play. 2.81 ERA last year, and I did like to see that his walk rate was down. No walks in his last outing, which is very, very important for a guy who has stuff like this. 36% of his pitches in his last outing were the splitter. Obviously, as high of a whiff pitch as that, I like to see that he's using it. Slider, thrown around 13% of the time. Obviously, very good. And the rest of it being around being that 4-seam. If you look at it, the whiff rate on the first outing was a 60% on the slider, 50% on the split finger, and he threw that splitter 29 times. 29 times, and at a 50% whiff rate, that is crazy. Also, 100 put-away percentage on that slider. He only threw it 10 times, but obviously got quite a few swings and misses. And I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about here, right? He had a 33% chase percentage, which is very high last season, had a 50% in that first outing. Yankees love the chase, right? You have big power hitters here. If he's able to work that ball down with the slider, maybe elevate the fastball, and work that splitter down here on these power hitting guys, we're going to keep the ball in the park. A lot of guys going to be swinging for the fence here, obviously. Obviously, you saw Vladdy go to yard 3 times last night. I think Gausman's going to be able to get past these bats, right? If they hit it, it's going to be hard hit ball, right? It's going to be a double probably, right? You have so many big hitters in this lineup, but there's swings and misses to be had. Judge strikes out a ton. Stanton, a ton. Gallo, a ton. I don't like Rizzo. Rizzo is a tough out. He's always been a tough out, even with the Cubs, but I do really like Gausman to get enough swings and misses today to get us to that 6 strikeout mark. I am finding this right now at FanDuel. Minus 112 at 5.5 right now. This is as of 2 minutes ago. So go in, lock those in. If you guys could, please smash that like button. Come off a sweep. Looking to get 4 in a row here today. Rolling with the Rockies' first 5 money line and Kevin Gausman over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 112. Go lock those in. Let's cash some tickets. Let's go for 4 straight winners here over on our YouTube plays of the day. Best of luck on your bets, guys.